And we're live. All right, let's see if anybody shows up. We just finished the first, the official name of it, Exandria Unlimited, Kaimal Part 1, which was an excellent show, I must say myself, that they did a fantastic job. I actually really liked the energy from this one more than I did from any of the original 8 episodes of EXU. So Bria is still talking. Don't really know what she's saying. But let's make sure we're live everywhere. And then we'll start our discussion. All right, let's see if anybody shows up. This is one of those I wasn't even sure if I was going to do the show, but I was awake, so I might as well do it anyway. There is another show or episode on tomorrow. We'll see. I doubt I'm going to do that one, though. So we'll see how many people show up tonight, though, and then we'll figure it out. See you in the chat. Aloha, welcome, welcome. What'd you think of the show? What's up, Rain? Hey, you showed up for the one shot, right? Morton Barton. I'm curious to see how many people we get in tonight. I'm glad you guys showed up. Yeah, Rain, you caught some of the one shot on Sunday, didn't you? Yeah, this EXU might have been my favorite EXU of all time. I think the energy was awesome. I love what they're doing for a little two-shot. I think the energy is fantastic, though. It's really good. Did you watch any of the... so I guess you didn't watch any of the original 8 episodes? Yeah, they were good. They were a little slow. I think people were still trying to figure stuff out. This felt like a reunion. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was fantastic. I thought from start to finish, man. Like, that was almost a 5-hour show. That was 4 hours and 45-minute runtime. And most of that was show, and it was upbeat and going the whole time. Interesting stuff happening. I loved who they brought in. Who is that? Who was that? I didn't catch her name. Barton, you're distracted mostly during the show. That's too bad. It was a good show. If you didn't catch some of it, I'd definitely recommend going back and watching it. It was really good. Then again, tomorrow they're finishing it, so we'll see what happens. But I love the idea of a heist in general. Like, why couldn't the original EXU have that kind of fun vibe to it? Like, it was kind of a little more serious. They're checking in on stuff. It really felt like the beginning of a campaign. Like, this feels really fun. I'm wondering if Matt is getting any ideas from Bria and how she approaches DMing. Moore was so funny. Love her and love seeing Cyrus and Dorian again. Yeah, Moore. That was the new person, right? She kept going back to her line, man. I thought she killed it. I thought she was fantastic. Has she shown up on Critical Role before? She did such a good job. Like, didn't miss a beat, man. That was so good. I want to see more of her. I thought she did such a great job. All right, again, more people trickling in here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that "you're so big" line it works. Like, It's gonna work. Speaking as a dude, it's gonna work. Like any dumb bro is gonna fall for that every single time. Like it's so perfect on so many levels. Barton, would that line work on you? No, yeah, I thought it was great. I'm gonna switch over to just my YouTube chat. I'll switch back for the two people in Twitch that are joining us. Welcome, Twitch people. Yes, Moore was a new person. Perfect. I have no idea who she is. She's been on. Her voice sounds so familiar. Like I'm sure she's a famous voice actress for something. Um, but she's enjoyable to watch. Like her sarcasm made me laugh every time. Yeah, she would just use. You're so big. Like anytime she tried to distract or trick some dude, some guard, some guy at the bar, and it was. I do not do it justice, but it was fantastic. All right, let's check our YouTubes. Davis, what's going on? She voice acts for Barbie a lot. Maybe that's it. Once you know you cannot hear it. Maybe that's it. My daughter has watched Barbie a few times. She didn't catch on to it too much. She liked it for a little bit, watched it for a few months, and then switched to Last Airbender. So the old Avatar. Sorry, Avatar. Airbender is the movie, right? Avatar. It's a show. Yeah, so she switched onto that and watched that forever. Now she's reading a ton, which is we're really good. I'm glad she is, but not watching so much. No, that's got to be it. Like now I'm remembering in my head. That's perfect. No, she was excellent. I thought that was fantastic. Figured I'd jump on for a little bit. We can have catch a little discussion over it before I crash and go to sleep. But I was planning on being in bed already. What time is there for you guys? It is 1:30 for me here. I was just working on maps. If we do another one shot, I want to have some maps ready. Building. I have a big home game D&D thing coming Monday that my players don't know about, so I don't want to mention anything. But so I'm building a lot of terrain. Let's just put it that way. All right, right now also 1:33. Good. Same time zone. 12:30. What is that, like Arizona? Like is that mountain time? Is that 12:30? I don't know. I don't remember the time zones anymore. I know some places don't switch time at all. So I'm pretty sure Arizona and Hawaii. But hopefully those bills pass that stop all the time changing stuff. Favorite parts? What are you guys' favorite parts? But is like who's your favorite EXU cast member? I think Dariax is top for me in this group right here. All right, good Mountain. I'm correct. Right, and Erica Lindbeck. All right, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Erica Lindbeck. I wonder if she has been on Critical Role before. She was in Cyberpunk? Alright. Bring up the Critical Role wiki. Let's hope it doesn't crash my computer. This is like the worst wiki page ever as far as ads go. Mortal Kombat, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft. Who is she in that? Yeah, Cyberpunk. I can never catch people in video games. That is her credit as the as for EXU. Okay, go. She has not been on anything Critical Role related before. I guess WoW would be the big connection then. Spider-Man. Interesting. Oh, she's in the DC Superhero Girls too. That could be where I've heard her voice as well. Sweet. I've not watched that version of Thundercats. Some WoW animated shorts. God of War. She had a pretty impressive list. I mean, you can tell she's incredibly talented. So, anyway, thank you, Rain, for finding that out. Canadian, nice, Alberta. I think you've told me that before. I know we have some. I know we have people from everywhere: Florida, Texas, Hawaii. I know we had someone from New Zealand before, but I don't know if they've been in it lately. What's up, Davis? Yeah, EXU solid. It's good. It was a nice, good break, like summer break thing between campaigns. But I didn't love it, but I do love what it did for the world. For Exandria, I love what it did for Campaign 3, because you came in having kind of that slow history built up already for those. We had 3 people come in from EXU. So it's worth a watch, though, for sure. All right, it's my first EU. I'm still getting to know the other characters. Everyone was fun, but I'm a little biased towards Dorian right now. Why are you biased towards Dorian? How many just Critical Role campaigns have you watched? 1, 2, and 3. You can even include one-shots if you want. She was on a YouTube video with them, but not in the campaign yet. Her face looked familiar, so I was wondering if I'd seen her before, but I definitely heard that voice. But yeah. Are you excited for the heist? Because, I mean, that's going to be tomorrow, right? They got the plans and everything. So now they're going to go jump into a heist. I've played in one kind of heist before. It was fine. I want to see kind of how the pros do that. I know it's a trope that it's not overly done or anything, but I know it's a thing that people have done in D&D. I've never actually seen it done really well. So the person who ran it for us was just a one shot, and it was his first time DMing. He did really a great job. He actually surprised me how good he did, or how well he did. But again, it was, first times I was awful my first time DMing, but you do it, you get better, and you keep pushing forward. Just got into Critical Role because of the Vox Machina show. Nice. I know a lot about Campaign 1, but I haven't watched every episode. Haven't really gotten into Campaign 2. Watching Campaign 3 live. Very nice. Yeah, Campaign 1 is great. It's kind of tough to get through the first 50 episodes because the audio... Video's fine. The audio is a bit rough, so it's a little tough to listen to. But then it gets cleaned up. It gets good. They start getting some funding, and it's really good. Campaign 1's really good. Campaign 2's also awesome. They're so different. It's crazy that they're the same cast because they're so different, and they happen in the same world, but the characters are completely different. I'm going back through Campaign 1, and it's fantastic. I'm about to hit a really big part, episode 84. So, but yeah, watch all the way through Campaign 2 live. It was fantastic, and I'm with you live on 3. So, yeah, well, welcome to the community, though. I'm glad the animated series is bringing people in. I thought the animated series was fantastic. It helped me appreciate some of the characters more, because like Keyleth I didn't love in the show, but she's so good in the animated series. I already loved Pike, but Pike is just awesome in the series. I already loved Grog and Scanlan, and they showed them right. Vex, actually, I thought came off a little bit better, and I love the voice actor for Vex, the actress for Vex. I think Vex is the girl, right? I still mix those two up. Whichever one Laura played, she does a fantastic job. All right, we're getting some people trickling. It's always fun to meet people trickle in 30 minutes after the show. I think it's great, though. Come on in. Let's see what we got. A couple people on Twitch hanging in there. What's happening, Twitch? Did anyone else get to, other than Rain, get to check out our one shot that we did? We had some technical difficulties, but other than that, man, I thought it went really well. Like for those of you who don't know, we just brought in people from the chat, and I was sure there'd be some awkwardness. I was positive there's going to be some sort of awkwardness and just lulls in the role playing, but man, they jumped right into it and carried the whole thing. Like, I presented them with a couple things, and they just ran with them. Came up with part of the story by themselves on their own. I just rolled with it. It was a lot of fun. So I think we're going to do it again. I'll promote that on Sunday, though. I'll do another character creation Sunday, so you guys can join that. It'll be much earlier than this for sure. The first thing I saw for sure was a preview for it on TikTok. Was then trying to open the door to that one dude's banner. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It's funny because Critical Role is what, like, I always wanted to play D&D, and then watching other people play it was like, all right, I can do that. That's something I can actually do. So that it was kind of starting to play D&D and watching the first season of Critical Role went hand in hand. So it's always interesting seeing how other people come in, since I've been watching it for almost 7 years. Oh, nice. Glad you loved it, man. Davis. Yeah, we'll figure things out and get better as we go, for sure. I have a lot of really cool ideas. I just have to learn how to do. One idea someone brought up to me was doing overlays. So I can draw people's characters and actually show them when they're talking and bring them forward and stuff. The other one is doing like a Hunger Games style game where people watching can actually purchase like sponsors, potions for people, weapons for people, that kind of stuff. And you can actually, push for people that are actually playing. But that would be much later on, but I thought it was a really cool idea. You turned on during the boat fight. Yeah, so the boat fight wasn't even supposed to be a boat fight. It was supposed to be them, oh, hey, look, there's 40 undead zombies coming at us. There's 5 of us. Let's go to the safety boats. But I had them prepared because I know how players can be. So the big fight was actually supposed to be on the beach with the elementals, but they decided to fight on the boats, which was fine. I like boat fights. I think they're fun. But I wasn't fully prepared for it. I just had stuff like just in case. So, fun things I've known about Critical Role for a while, but it's something I've just completely ignored, which is something I regret. You're hyperfixated on now. Yeah, that's a lot of people do that. I have a friend who he's in my campaign. He avoided Critical Role for a few years, and we're like, dude, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it just to, if anything else, just to check out kind of how they do things and see if you can put that into your play style. And he was so intimidated by the time. Like, man, so there's 100 episodes and 100 and something episodes, and they're all 4 hours each. Like, I don't have that kind of time. It's like, yeah, but like, if you're listening when you're doing dishes, when you're driving, whatever, like you'll be amazed at how many episodes you can get through, and then you get hooked, and you just start pushing through it. You take breaks. I mean, I don't know how many times I've pushed through a ton of episodes at once, and then took like a month break where I didn't listen to anything at all, and then I jump back in it because I mean that's kind of how it goes. You get through a short storyline, and then you like, all right, I'm a little burnt out. Let me listen to other things for a little bit, and then you jump back into it. But yeah, I completely understand that hyperfixation. I found campaign 1 about 2 years ago. Nice, and loved it. Talked to my family into playing on a campaign trip, so I attempted to DM for them, and we've been playing wherever we can. So, oh, nice. So do you all right, so you picked up, did you play Davis, did you play it all before you DM'd, or you just jump in? Cuz that's what I did. I played like 2 sessions before I DM'd, and that was just like literally because my friend's like, I mean, we can kind of I can show you how to play a little bit, and then you can start DMing. So I started DMing right off the bat, basically. Is that kind of what happened to you? Did you play it all before, or just start DMing out of nowhere? I've seen Critical Role trending on Tumblr for years. I think it was seeing stuff for Campaign 2 trending, but it's just something I didn't know. Never checked it out. Well, it's nice that you figured it out right as Campaign 3 started. And I think they planned it that way as best they could, at least. I know a bunch of stuff. I think they were planning on the original break was supposed to be between Campaign 2 and 3 was supposed to be Legends of Vox Machina, but I know it got delayed because of the whole pandemic stuff. So it was still smart for them to get it out early enough in Campaign 3 where people go, I can go back and watch 7 episodes, 8 episodes. That's not a big deal. I can catch up on that. Did you catch all the Vox Machina? And they had a bunch of little callbacks and hints in this, little Easter eggs in this episode, man. Stuff about Scanlan's anal bead song, and they had one more reference in there too that I forget. I'd never played. I've just been the one to watch the most Critical Role, so I know more rules. So said I'll DM so we can get playing, and they don't have to worry about anything but having fun. Are you running your own like homebrew world and all that stuff, or are you running off of a pre-made module? I can't do the modules. I've done a few. I mean, I can do them. I've done a few of them, but they stress me out. I'd rather make my own stuff. Like I did. What's the last one I did? The vampire one. Raven. What's the? All right, I'm gonna look it up. Curse of Strahd. Man, why couldn't I think of that? Curse of Strahd. So I ran Curse of Strahd, and it went fine, but it was nice having all the resources. But I'd rather create my own world just because you got to make up so much stuff. It's like telling someone else's lie. It's so hard to keep it straight. Right, and both references I picked up was Scanlan, which was the Beat song, and they show the guy was putting on, which was like the one man show about Scanlan and Vox Machina. Yeah, and they're like, oh, we've heard it so many times. What's up, FTR? So was Kaimal worth watching? I wasn't around for it. Yes, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Have you watched the other EXU stuff? I liked it better than all the other 8 episodes of EXU. I thought it was energetic and fun, and it was it's like 4 hours and 45-minute runtime, but it didn't feel like it at all. Like it flew by pretty fast. So I enjoyed it. The chat can tell you if they did or did not, but I enjoyed it, and I think it's definitely worth going back and watching through. Mix of everything. We tried module, but only a few hours. Next time I made my own world, mixed with locations. Critical Role, the book, so I don't have to create everything. Yeah, it's smart. It's smart to piggyback off other stuff. Like all the gods in my world are Forgotten Realms gods. I just narrowed them down to 12 because there's just too many, and made slight changes, but for the most part, they're the same. Like I have Raven Queen in there; she's exactly the same. Yeah, I watched about 5 episodes. How was the new player? New player was fantastic. She did so good. We spent the first 20 minutes discussing her. Like, she did really, really good. I enjoyed her. I'm surprised I've never seen her on Critical Role before, but yeah, she's fantastic. I really hope they bring her into the fold. She's that good. Yeah, see, Rain agrees. New player did fantastic and was really entertaining. I completely agree. Now, Davis, these maps are fantastic, by the way. This is from incarnate.com. I made my maps. I can kind of show you the rest of them now. But there are just a ton that you can just look at and check out. I'll go back to this one. There's one. You can also do them where they look like paper maps, and I kind of like that too. I think I'm going to do that for the big world map. Agent of Chaos like Opal? No, not really. It's hard to describe her. Clever, energetic, very clever though. Very intelligent, very quick, very clever. Yeah, see, Rain's having the same trouble I am describing her. Yeah, sarcastic. Yeah, for sure. Sarcasm was there, but yeah, I think what impressed me the most was how quick and clever she was, on top of being intelligent. Had reason. You could tell there was deep reasoning behind what seemed like shallow actions, and then she'd reveal them later. So yeah. I mean, there's enough chaos to go around. They don't need another member of the Chaos Crew. Then again, Fern not being there, you'd think it would be less, but no. Mercer holds up his end, and the rest of the group joins in. So it's fantastic. You're a much bigger Dorian and Norum fan. Dorian had a good Dorian, good Derek's episode too. So maybe it's because there's less people. I enjoy 5 people sessions. I don't like the big 6-7 group as much. It feels like people are being left out. And with 5 people, everyone has their chance to shine. No one's trying to hold back because they don't have to, but they're also not trying to push too hard because there's enough people to fill in if they need to. So I think it was because of the number of people that it was so good. I like 5. I like 5 people for any table. That's 4 is fine. 6 is fine. I like 5 the most. Your ideal is 6? Yeah, 6 is... I can totally understand that too. I think once you get to 7, there's just... I feel like someone's getting left out. It gets a little too crazy, a little too chaotic. But, yeah, 6 is good. 4 is still good. 4, you can still get good role playing in. Still good energy. Still enough variation in the amount of people you have. And with 4, as a DM, I can interject enough to lift it up a little bit. And with 6, as long as people are mature about it, they can not push too hard. But, yeah. Yeah, good. See, there we go. We're in agreement. Avidas, what's going on? Yeah, he got a few of them. It was a good day for Matt, man. It was a great episode for his character too. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, got one for the noob. Man, how good did she do? How freaking good did she do? She was so good. I loved it. I thought I didn't even know if I was going to watch the episode today. I was like, I might catch it tomorrow. But I had a bunch of stuff to work on for my home games, and so I was like, yeah, let's listen to it. And if I'm awake, I'll do a little post show. But man, I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Yeah, there's a lot of nat 20s and nat 1s today, like a bunch. And the 20s were on such interesting rolls too. But yeah, lots of 20s and 1s today. He was hitting hard with them too. Yeah, man, Bria's so good. I think she was much better and much more comfortable with this group of 5 than she was the whole time with the original EXU group. Hopefully they'll take note of that. Because, I mean, honestly, she's almost like a player herself. She does such a good job with rolling with the punches and making you feel like she's one of the players, not just like an NPC, generic NPC 1, generic NPC 5. You're shocked the dude having a 20 AC. Yeah, she threw it at him, and she was up in their face about it. I loved it. That's when you got to get tricky. You got to get those advantages. They did a really good job at giving each other advantage, +4 to their attacks. Like, they made up for it for sure. It's great to hear because I wasn't a huge fan of her style for some part of EXU. It seemed, I'm with you. I didn't like, and I liked her from other stuff she's done, but the EXU, I don't know if it was a little slow, if it was little off. Like, it was a little tough to follow the story because there was a lot of other things going on. But in my head, now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been just a better number of cast members. I thought she did great though. What do you guys think? Rain, what do you think of how Bria did on this DMing? I just found her more likable and just better in general compared to the original 7 episodes. Yeah, she was great in Dimension 20 as a player. And I'll admit, I haven't loved everything she's done, but I've really enjoyed most of it. She's been in a lot of, a lot of this, a lot of that. Her niche is she's really, really good at. She can be a lot. I think that's what it is. So if she's with the right group, then it's needed. In this situation, it was the perfect amount. You know who'd be a kick-ass guest for Role? Brendan Lee Mulligan. He was on the last one shot, wasn't he? He was on the what's that new game that just came out? It's basically Dark Souls, right? Man, I'm gonna look it up on their Critical Role Twitch page since it's still pulled up. Let's see. Videos. Someone else gets to it before me. It's the last little one shot they did. Here we go. The Elden Ring one. So that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, thank you. The Elden Ring one shot. Yeah, he was fantastic. I loved him on it. He's another person who most of his stuff I love. There's a few things he does I don't really care for. Most of his stuff I just love though. He's fantastic. Yeah, Elden Ring was one where, because they're throwing so many different elements, the one shot itself was okay, but the characters were some of the best characters that I've seen. I don't remember the person who played like the Oracle, but she was killing me the entire time with her words of wisdom. So yeah, Elden Ring's worth a watch as well. Yeah, the Rabbit Assassin was great. First time you've seen her DM, and to me she was very entertaining. Yeah, she was in her zone, man. Looks how she treats the characters too. Felt like she loves them as much as the players do. That she does great. I don't enjoy the inner monologues. I don't think other players should know what's going on in your head. That's just a personal choice of mine as a DM. I like to have as little chance for metagaming as possible, just because it's tough enough already to make decisions from another character's standpoint. So I try to keep those away from my players. But that's something she does that I don't care for. Everything else she does is amazing, in my opinion. Yeah, there you go. Another episode to watch. Yeah, improv. Brendan Lee Mulligan's improv is probably the best. Like, and the fact that him and Sam were in the same room is mind blowing, because Sam's the other person who, I think Sam may be the best at improv. He doesn't do it as much, but what's up, Charles? Good to see you. Jumping in late, man. Misfits of Magic. I have not watched a lot of that, but what I've seen, I've enjoyed. What about it makes it your favorite series? Good morning, Charles. What you doing up? Did you get to catch the EXU one shot? And I want to move my chair, but my puppies have placed themselves right at my feet, so I'm just in an awkward position. All right, good. We're clear here. Hey, it's not to get your hopes up or down, but it's a good one. Definitely worth watching. We'll, if you show up Sunday for the character creation stuff, we can talk about it then. If not, I'll talk to you on Thursday about it. I think the fact that we got to see Brinley Milburn as a player for the first time with this boiler, yeah. So I can see that for sure. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of like Liam and Sam, like knowing they're best friends and then watching the show just makes it all that much better. Watching going back and watching Critical Role season 1, I see when I watched it, I didn't realize that Travis and Laura were married. So going back and watching it now, all the stuff that he does to troll her is so much better. All the things that Grog does to troll her, like they just mean so much more when you understand their relationship outside of it. Which one shot, Charles? Our one shot on Sunday? I thought it was fantastic. We had some technical difficulties that we'll fix. I think most of it was just we've had storms here and just a bad internet connection. But yeah, the people. So Eli, Ellie, Crixie, OG, and who else? There's one other person. He keeps changing his name, so I keep forgetting what it is. But they did such a good job. Like, I thought there'd be a ton of awkwardness, but they did fantastic, man. It was a lot of fun, and the story went well. It was pretty good timing. I think I could have maybe shortened it by 15 minutes or so, but I definitely think we're going to do another one. Yeah, if you go on my page, you'll see that it's cut up into 3 sections. That's not because I did that on purpose. That's just because it kept cutting out. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's definitely something to build off of, for sure. I think I put a lot of work into it. This is one of the maps from there. Put a lot of work into it, but it was definitely worth it and a lot of fun. Sam ad scripts are well done. Yes, his ads are amazing. Like, think about how much better they are than most commercials. Yeah, you can tell he's a great writer. He's been in this show business since he was a kid. For some reason, never played before Critical Role. Yeah, that's what's crazy is he jumped in like a fish to water. Like he took to it. And he was just kind of making the character as a joke because Liam had played and wanted him to play. So that's how he ended up with Bard. I think he originally was going to go Cleric, but then he went Gnome Bard instead. Yeah, Travis and the no relationship stuff. Then later we got Tusk Love. Also the no shopping stuff. So no relationships and no shopping. I think there's a reason Sam's character always draw me in, and it's just because he's a great storyteller. Yeah. Not only is he funny, but when he gets emotional moments, he hits hard. Yeah, I mean, Scanlan and his daughter stuff, I don't know if you're there yet. It's so good. Like, yeah, he knows how to create a character. He knows how to tell a story. He knows how to distract you with his humor because he is one of the funniest people on the face of the planet. So he distracts you with his humor and then hits you with some of that emotional stuff. It's good. Yeah, I mean, it happened. It worked. I was nervous about it, but everyone did great, so it worked. Yeah, he has a bunch of Emmys too. I mean, what? How old was he when he did Les Mis? Like 11? When I rewatched the video, I watched some ads, then skipped to the game. No other ad would I do that? Yeah, like sometimes I'll accidentally skip over the ads and go back. He's that good. I mean, he just put together the songs for Campaign 2, the song for D&D Beyond, which they use as their ad, and it's the best ad they've ever had. Like that's not like people get paid a lot of money to do that. Marketers get paid a lot of money to come up with stuff like that. He just comes up with it every week. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's hugely looked over. He wanted to show that he could make even what was deemed the most worthless race class useful. Yeah, he didn't. That's what I love. He didn't look at the stats and okay, I need dexterity for this and charisma for this. Like, Gnome is an awful bard. That doesn't work at all. Yeah, amazing long cons. So good. Trolling Laura with the hat was funny. Uh, the flasks are great. And that was all kind of accidental. Someone gave him one at one of their live shows, and it all just spiraled out of control from there. Yeah, the shirts were great. Man, I had something in my head, but totally forgot it. You got to fill in FCG might be the big bad at the end. I would love it. I would love to see that. I know there's something deeper in there. I can't wait to get into his FCG storyline, like really get in depth. I got so excited when him and not Laudna, Imogen, when him and Imogen did the mind meld. I was really hoping some more stuff would come out, but we got a little bit of a taste, and I'm like, there's something deep in there that we don't know about yet. Could be that he's big bad. The Northverse storyline is a better love story than Twilight. Any of you watch the new Batman? Speaking of Twilight, if FCG's the big bad, at Little or Cry because your favorite. What do you love so much about FCG? FCG is probably my third. Probably my third. And just because we don't know enough about FCG yet for me to rank them higher than that. I'd love for them to be higher because Sam's my favorite. Dude, Laudna's reveal, man, so good. Like, I think it's my favorite clip video I've done is editing her reveal. What's up, Jody? Seen Sam's ads in a lot of highlight clips by lots of other YouTubers and different social media platforms. Whatever the companies pay for him, their ads is not enough. Yeah, he needs to be a millionaire just off of the ads alone. Like, whoever writes some of these Super Bowl ads and pay so much money need to hire him. Batman's actually good. Might be the best in the franchise. Tough to say if it's best in the franchise yet, just because it's so different. I loved it, but I was a fan of the Detective Comics, and this was pulled out of Detective Comics, not the Batman comics. Like, so it felt like that, and I love that because that's the fresh take we needed. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen it yet, it's not a big spoiler because it's not a part of the plot at all. But so cover your ears. But I don't like they tease Joker. I don't need any more Joker. I really don't. Not yet. I mean, how many renditions of Batman do we want to see Joker in? There's so many good villains in Batman. Give me some of the other ones. There's some great ones. I mean, they're barely millionaires. They're just now getting into the money making stuff. They've been doing this for 7 years, and it's been picking up for them. But now they're getting into the big money making stuff. So, but good for them. They've done it in a unique way. We've never ever seen a animated series like this crowdfunded, and everything they've done has been so successful. And it's all been passion project. It's all been, this is what we do for fun, and we're going to bring it to you. So good for them. They deserve all the money that they've brought. They've helped other people as well. I mean, foundation. They're always busy with foundations. I mean, that's pretty much what Ashley runs. So good for them. They deserve more than what they have. And Sam could make a ton of money just writing ads, though. Would be better if the next dude was Hush, right? Like Hush is exactly what I thought. I thought that they teased. I thought they had a little tease or callback to Hush in there because Hush is such a good storyline. Then it needs to be on the big screen. That would be a really good one. Release in October. Get all the feels. It'd be nice. I wouldn't mind another Scarecrow either, though. Sorry. Jumping back to Rain, I get easily attached to Sunshine-like characters. Well, this is as Sunshine as you get. The positivity and how they get along with everyone in the group. Love their friendship with Ashton. You know, there should be some more Sunshine characters. Most players seem to go edgelord pretty fast. So, super refreshing. Surprised that Riddler came off as Hush so much. No, it was totally there. Like, this could have been a movie about a serial killer and take Batman out of it, and it would have been great. Like, it did such a good job. The main thing I love is the mystery on SCG's backstory. Agreed. I have so many theories about it, and just want to dig into it so bad. Sam keeps teasing little details. What's your strongest theory about SCG's background? FTR Shepard, I know Pattinson will forever be Edward, but dude has been in so much other stuff. Yeah, and he's a great actor. I wish he didn't whisper so much in this movie. Like, that's the only critique I have. I thought his Batman voice was fantastic. It wasn't overdone. Just way too much whispering. That's about it. Yeah, the reporter that Thomas Wayne had silenced was Hush's dad. Oh, I didn't catch that. I did not. How did I not catch that? I was so convinced that the reporter had something to do with Riddler and everything. Man. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and look up. I have awful memory for names, so I totally missed that. What's up, Julian? I figured FSG is dude's soul stuck in a robot like in Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, you got some Alfie vibes going on. I like that a lot. Whose soul is it though? Was it someone that is it Dancer's soul? Is it someone that Dancer knew, or what? I really definitely feel like it's a real person stuck in a robot. That's why that's why Matt's playing into it so much. Let me show you one of my magic cards. You'll appreciate this. Excuse me, pup. Sorry, just nerding out for a second because you mentioned Full Metal Alchemist. If anyone plays Magic, here is one of my Planes cards. I'm on delay, so I can't see it. All right, we'll see you later, Charles. Thanks for joining us. All right, so you guys, now you can see it. Yeah, I got my Alfie Planes cards that I got in Friday, so I had to play with them once. All right, sorry, let me go back. Yeah, the sound design of just the artistry in general, some of the best directing I've seen. the artistry was fantastic for the Batman film. So, if you haven't seen the Batman, go watch that. I think Dancer might be still alive. Oh, okay. And use some kind of modified memory on FCG because we know for some reason he can't reach all of his memories. I like that. I like that a lot. Some sort of like lock away the bad memories. I also wouldn't mind some Darth Revan kind of feels where if he's the big bad, but he doesn't know it and then he thinks he's good and then memories get unlocked. Turns out he's bad. Like lots of good stuff, but I want to find out who Dancer is. I bet Dancer's a reference to somebody we know. That's why he gave her the nickname as well. But yeah, it's fantastic. I really like that. Dancer used the modified memory. Do you think Dancer like saved his life and put his by putting his body into the tin can or what? The FCG went berserk and killed his family. That had a psychopathic break and amnesia. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. All of Dancer's automations were Dancer's children. That's a bit deep. Friend of Dancer? Question mark. Yeah, the reporter's name was on the byline of one of the papers. Eamon Elliott, father of Thomas Elliott, who is man. Thank you, FTR. I completely missed that, and I even told the wife that I had those feels. Not that she knew what that was, but you know, me being a nerd, I had to act like I knew something that she didn't know. I personally don't think Dancer was a very good person. Why not? With a name like Dancer, come on now. Hey, go with your gut. You got to go with your gut. Keep an eye out for the character, for a character who can dance. Maybe the name was what she did and not her actual name. I'm trying to think back to Campaign 1 and Campaign 2. I know in Campaign 1 there was dancing. I don't know. I don't remember anything in Campaign 2. Because I think FCG would remember her because he talks about her like he remembers her. A trope like Hodor, like the whole trauma thing. Could be. I mean, it makes sense why he's basically a therapist bot. I like that you don't trust her. We shouldn't trust her. I thought you meant he was normal and then kept saying hold the door because the trauma and then turned into Hodor. What do you mean by the Hodor trope then? Like the name Dancer means something else or what? I'm not tracking, man. I don't know if you're man Evitas. Is another anagram like not the brave? We just don't know the full name of Dancer yet. Could be. It's Dan something. It's definitely Dan something. That sounds like something Sam would do though. Just hide it right in front of our face the whole time. Due to his glitch, he messed up actual name and assigned Dancer. That'd be funny if it was part of the glitch. Now, do you guys think when he started glitching out 2 episodes ago, do you think that was just because he was out of spell slots and so he couldn't do stuff? Or was that a hint into his backstory? Was that just a cool way to describe why he was out of spells? That's kind of where I'm leaning. But could be backstory stuff as well. It could be, man. You think it was low health? I think that'd be smart. And once you get past a certain health pool. Yeah, exhaustion. I think it's more exhaustion. But that's just another little detail that no one else would think to put into their characters that Sam does. I didn't see what his health pool was. I just know that he was out of spell slots. I'd have to look and see what their health pool was. Sweet. All right, well, it's 2:30 for me. I got to wake up in 4 hours. 4.5 hours. Appreciate you guys showing up, though. I know it's late. I will be streaming Sunday, just doing character creation stuff this Sunday. So I'm going to come make some characters with us. General D&D questions. Join us, 8:30. 8:30 Central Time. I'll be on here. I'm thinking about adding one more. Some people have been asking, so I might add one more weekly thing. But I don't know yet. I'm not sure. But streaming seems to be fun. So we'll see you later, Davis. With the last few comments. Well, Milo said it had something to do with nervous energy in his body. I think it was his FG getting overwhelmed with everything he felt they needed to do. I hope they show it soon, whatever it is. But all right, people. Good night. Join me on the stream Sunday. If you have any interest in doing whatever the next one shot we do is, hit me up. We'll figure out some characters and throw them in. It'll be fun. But all right, we'll see you all Sunday or next Thursday. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I will be watching the stream, but I probably will not be streaming tomorrow. So good night.